Hi, David. Cold over there. It's nice here. Fridge, g'day. Did you get your firewood cut? You know that steaming a portable engine for the first time on your own property is something that really requires a decent video. I'm just putting that out there so you don't forget about it and then think about it halfway through. So we'd like a step-by-step walkthrough of setting the thing up and getting it running. Please, ask nicely. Please. Hey, Bill. Brendan, g'day. Craig, hello. Mark Osborne, g'day. Trippy, hello. Jim, g'day. Kim Bazetta, g'day. Good to see you. Stuart Hingston, hope you're feeling a bit better. Russ Knox, g'day. Peter Silver, g'day. Brendan Gill, hello. I already said that. Gosh, what a mixed bunch. You know what? I'm here in the workshop. What's happened this week? Oh, I've got my Toolfest 2021 project finished, pretty much. I've just got there's a few little finishing touches and I've just got to edit up a video. So that's good. Don't know how everyone else is going with it. I've been a bit slack with this about it actually because I haven't really promoted it as well as I would like. So a bit slack. I didn't find the original one, got no idea where it is, but I've got something else done, which is another project that was on the list. So that's pretty cool. It's a little bit different. It's not for this particular workshop. It's a tool making project. Hey, Paul. You can tell I'm Australia because there's a caramello koala. Check this out, caramello koala. If you ever get an opportunity to have caramello koalas, take them. Excellent. Nigel, go create, g'day. Apart from that, not much has happened. I fly out to Tasmania on Sunday. I've got quotes for forklifts, which are not really particularly good quotes, I don't think anyone sharpened their pencil very particularly for me. Honestly, don't think they had much of a go at that. So I'm going to keep ringing up and seeing what else I can find. But a forklift to move this mill is probably the best. Bit of a job. Also need to organise a skip bin, I guess, for timber and stuff. So that's another project for this week before I get down there. James P, g'day. Peter Noddle, hello. Didn't think I said that. So that's the state of play there. Need to find some bolts and skids under this mill so we can get a fork under it, and probably bolt some other stuff to it, or bolt a crate on the table or something like that maybe, and fill that up with stuff. I don't know. Not sure about that until we get there. Really not doing much of a job at sorting that out, but thanks to you guys it will happen, and it's a bit of a project to get there, and I'm still panicking about it in places, but we'll do it. Have we really got this much lag? Don't know. What else? The workshop's sort of half clean. No, it's not. Who am I kidding? I'm putting stuff away as we speak, and I've been sort of off and on doing that. I'm probably going to finish the finishing touches and the basically polishing and stuff of the Toolfest project, and the last little video clip and introduction to tomorrow night. And it goes to work after that. Gosh, no progress on the locomotive, no progress on the Stuart 400. That's really slack. No progress on the kicker. Sanding strip that I have on the left. Best place to get the sanding strip we have on the left. This stuff, I guess, is what you're talking about. Buy it in a roll. Geez, I've got no idea. Hang on. Shop roll, aluminium oxide abrasive. Here in Forbes probably have it. There's a barcode there. If you scan that with your fancy phone, that'll probably give you a lot of places that you can buy it online. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll give you a minute to do that. But that's what I would do if it was me. But this probably come from here in Forbes. I don't know. Can't remember where I bought it. A roll of it lasts forever. I have this thing on my phone, which yours probably doesn't have, but I have a Google Pixel, and has this thing called Google Lens. And the first one that comes up is here in Forbes, $22 a roll. Yep, that one come from Machinery House, I reckon. So there you go. Don't you just scan the barcode and press search? Maybe that's just a Google phone thing. Hi, John. What else? I don't know what else is happening really. I've got a sign job that I'm feeling like I'm halfway with, which is a lot further than I've been for a long time. So that's just coming together, but it's sort of one step forward, one step back sort of a job. I'm really not loving it, to be honest. I'm going to leave it for a week before I put any silver leaf on it, because I tried some silver leaf and it just peeled all the paint off. I'm really not all that happy about that, but probably the paint's still a bit tacky. So there we go. It's usually not a problem, but it was that time. I've got a crap load of stuff that needs cleaning up and putting away and tidying up before I go. So it's going to be at least one night this week tidying the workshop. A lot of long silences because I really haven't prepared anything. White balance looks good, yeah. If I turn this light back on, but turn this light back off, it's not good. Hello, Daniel, and hello, Anthony. So, as far as actual progress and projects, there's not a lot happening here. I've actually started to make inroads and make the library look tidy. I've got enough left in that sheet of board in the bits left over from making too many shelves for all my bookcases, to make another bookcase. So that will happen at some point. And that's another bookcase down the road. But you do the maths, right? There's 246 volumes of Model Engineer. The last 60 or 70 volumes have been bi-weekly, which means that there's only 26 a year. So there's actually 2 volumes a year still, but they're only about the same size as 1 volume of the rest of them. Each volume, if you put it in a magazine rack, which is what I've found, some really, really cheap magazine file holders, and they take up about 85, 90 millimetres of shelf space, right? And up until 1983 or something, when they went to bi-weekly, there's one magazine per rack. Or one volume per rack. So that's about 5 years of Model Engineer to 1 shelf space, something like that. And there's it's about 90 years at weekly. What I'm trying to say is that I'm going to need a lot more bookcases than what I've got to get them all on shelves. Anyway, that's I think in the long run, that's what I was actually going to say. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bookcases, and yeah, I'm starting to look at it, but I probably need another 3 or 4 bookcases to get what I want in there. I think there's room for them. It's just a matter of getting in and making them and so forth. Bunnings sheets have got a whole lot more expensive because Bunnings, back on the abrasive paper subject, Bunnings sheets got a whole lot more expensive when I went looking because they only really have packs. I needed some, and I bought this tonight, and this is all I could find at Bunnings tonight after buying the loose sheets for ages. There's a pack of 5 sheets. It was about $8. Right? It's really not all that useful. But anyway, hey Mark. There must be a more efficient way than this anyway. Loose sheets were all right, but that's a pain. Super cheap. If you've got a spray painting, for wet and dry anyway, if you've got a spray painting place locally, about the cheapest or super cheap. I don't know, I sort of buy it as I need it, and I've got rolls of stuff and strips of stuff. So there we go. I'm going to go upstairs and have a look at this magazine situation. Bear in mind that the white balance is going to really mess itself up here in a minute. Probably I'm going to drop the camera. We've got junk here everywhere. Sorry. But we have clear space as well, so we're slowly getting there. Now, this is a work in progress. I don't think I've got anywhere to clamp this down. My phone's doing stupid things. Hang on. At work we have manila envelopes for a sheet, but end up with a lot of scrappy bits because people pinch a bit 2 inches square off the corner. Junk is life. Thanks, Russ Knox. Really appreciate that. And thanks for the heads up on the floor is not a shelf thing. This is starting to look a little bit organised. It's not, right? Don't for a minute think it is, because there's still magazines here in piles everywhere. And there's still magazines in boxes. But this is sort of what I intend to have because I really like this format. So we've found some stickers with numbers on them. Hey, Paul again. Different Paul. Metalworks Machine Shop, g'day too. So these are sat up here because there's nowhere else to put them. These are 1930 mostly, about 1930 to 1938 up there. I would say about 0 to 150 is going to fit here, probably. There's a lot of gaps in up to about volume 50, 60. Gaps up to about volume 62, I think, and then we go pretty well solid right through. So this is 150 to 144, 143 through to 130 something, then 131 through to whatever. Anyway, we're working on that. This is sort of something I've been doing a bit of. There's a crap load of them anyway. So whether anyone's actually interested in that, but that's the library slowly coming together. It's a seriously crazy job. And working out how the best way to organise them so you can get them out so they're not all jammed together, and so you don't tear the covers every time you pull one out and lose its place when you put it back together. That's kind of the parameters here. I wanted something that we can just pull one out. I'll pull a volume out off the shelf and have a look for the one you want and put it back when you finish, and put it back in the right order and not do too much damage to any of them, and to also have enough space for some spares and extras and duplicates. So that's sort of what we're achieving, but I've got no idea. These are later ones here. This is down to about volume 200 here in the bottom. But the gap between 180 and 151, they're all here somewhere. The gap from 60 to, or 62 through to, 151. Or 62 through to 120, something like that. There are some gaps there. But apart from that, we're kind of coming together. And I'm sort of liking this. So there's volume 78. Come back in focus. 77, 76, 75, 72, etc. 78 or volume 80, I think, is about the last consecutive one, and then we go through to about volume 130, and there's a few gaps. Paul, I hate drawers. Now, there are reasons I'm not really in love with drawers. I think there's better ways for stock storage, and I haven't found it yet, but probably there is. These ones down here, I've put 2 volumes because they're a fortnightly magazine. So each one of these is 2 volumes, which is one year. So that's a crazy project. It's something that's ongoing, and every time I've got half hour, an hour or so, I come in here and start sorting stuff out. But it's going to take a bit of doing. Going to take a bit of doing. We'll get there. But I have enough bookcase pieces to make one more of these units. I've got another one here that I've filled up with novels and things. Don't look at titles. You'll feel much better if you don't look at my novel titles. They're coming out of there and probably going in another shelf unit somewhere or something, or probably in the short one that I'm going to make. This one here in here. This one. No good pointing at the screen. This one's going to be magazines, and there's another one of them as well, which is also going to be magazines. So that should make a bit of a hole in what we've got here. Probably going to go through all those DVDs and toss them out. And there's quite a lot of collectible books there as well. Some awesome titles and authors if you're interested in books. So library's coming together. It's a big job. Like, seriously, it's a big job. And every now and again you get sidetracked with books and things and sit down and read them. This is Model Engineers Workshop. That's some of them. And there's things like horological times, and there's pretty much a crap load of Australian model engineer, etc., 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 which are all in the other room in piles. So, got to get it sorted. So, that's what's happening upstairs. And that's what's taking up a fair bit of my time. I had sort of thought to put no gauge railway up on top of these shelves. I'm not sure that's going to happen, to be honest. So that's what's happening. But we have some clear space here, which is awesome, which we never had last week. This is a bit of an overview of the workshop from here. Stuff that's happening. Have a couple of boxes of Mechanics Illustrated too. Not sure what to do with them. Probably going to send them to a good home. Can't keep all the things, unfortunately. Not my scooter. It's Dan's scooter. Needs a bit of TLC, but it's pretty tidy. So we've got fridge is back. Dan shed. Basically an overview of a video on Saturday afternoon when you're trying to fire up a steam portable engine, Dan. That's all. No pressure, but well worth rewatching. Hey, subscribe to Dan Shed. You really should be subscribed to that channel because and also Bill Baggins. You should probably be subscribed to Bill Baggins as well, because that's another channel that promises great things and hasn't actually got any content yet, but we know it's going to happen, and when it happens it's going to be awesome. So you should do that. Take care, Jim. Friend of mine has a little YouTube channel too. If you want to see a bit more of this part of Australia, everyone who's international or wherever, friend of mine has this channel with surf photography. Not many subscribers, but they do a lot with disabled kids, and they've got some pretty awesome views of the part of Queensland that I don't show very much. So you ought to check them out. Shout out for them guys. They've got some pretty good content. Mark, we fully expect to see it. Absolutely. What else? I saw Peter. Did I see Peter Sylvia in the chat? I think so. That's another thing that's happening. A while back, quite some time back. In fact, I think it was nearly before I moved, to be honest. It was a while back. A few local friends sort of made some noises about making a Jeremy Schmidt grinder. Now, anyone who's on the internet probably knows what that is. It's a pretty tidy metal grinder, belt grinder. Anyway, Peter Silver has kindly organised to get all the metal parts for that project all laser cut, and they look awesome from what I've seen, but I haven't seen them up close. But one set's mine, so just when I needed another project, I've got a huge box, I think, of bits of steel plate that need welding together. So A, I probably need a welder, or B, I probably need to go and give someone a hand and make a couple of them, or C, I could just put them under the bench and use it as ballast. Anyway. Daniel, did we get the mill moved? No, next week is the big mill move week. Fly to Tasmania on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll probably be getting the mill out and onto a truck and left, and a bit of other cleaning up too. There's so much to do. If anyone's in Tasmania and wants steel stock and has got a few spare dollars in a trailer, you should definitely hit me up. Definitely. Someone wants a couple of girders for building a gantry. I think there's a couple of really clean, about 180mm parallel flange beams there, about 3 metres long. Really tidy. Take care, Matt. There's a lot of steel plate. There's a lot of RHS. There's a lot of pipe. There's a lot of solids. Hit us up anyway. The linisher is Jeremy Schmidt's belt grinder, so that's the project. Peter's got a few sets made. I don't know if he's got a spare set for sale. He probably does. If you wanted to hit him up, he's on Facebook. He's local here in Queensland. I think they probably take a bit to post, but if you're local and you're thinking that's a good project, hit him up because he'd probably sell you a set. But it's seriously solid. And a set of actual laser cut parts is going to halve the work, to be honest. Morning, Malcolm. Anyway, that'll probably go where the shaper is. We'll see. But not going to happen until after Christmas anyway. I can't see anything happening with that till after Christmas here. There's still things to sort out. I've got to get. Anyway, take care, Craig. You're getting late. If I don't see you before, I'll probably see you on Monday, something like that. We'll be in touch. What else? These live streams are a bit short because I've really not done very much in the workshop. I was going to show you my Toolfest project, which is pretty cool actually, but left it at work tonight. Thanks, Anthony. We might look into that as well, but looks like I've already bought drawings in a while back, and basically a lay flat kit for this one, so we'll see how we go. Take care, Metalworks Machine Shop. Have an amazing Wednesday. I hope it was better than mine. My Wednesday was okay. It sort of is my Monday, but my Wednesday was okay actually. had some projects or jobs that have been going on for some time finally finalised and sorted out. So that's awesome to do that. It's good to have him out of the way before I have a week off. He's also very handsome. Speaking of KLM, I will go back and have a look. No, I didn't, Dan. You've got me mixed up with someone else. Obviously, you got me mixed up with someone else. What else? I'm going to show you this. I've been using this bit. Everyone asks about my tool holder. It's a Multifix AA, the current one. It's not very big. To give you some idea, there's a tool holder. So it's tiny, like seriously tiny. This is one of those things that I don't know how I ever lived without. Honestly, don't know how I managed without this for so long in my life. This is what we want. This was a gift from Stefan. Stefan Gottswinter in Germany sent these through a little while ago, which was really nice of him. There's a pair of them, and they get a lot of use. But probably not a crazy big job to make these, whether you make them as nice as he did, because there's something he's made. Remains to be seen. It needs a good clean out. So this is just a little top there that's got a little bit of a shoulder there to bring it up level, and then it clamps down on this level, this ledge here. Yep, can't put that together again now. It goes over there like that. Just with the socket head screw. And that clamps on a tool, and this is only a tiny little tool. This is probably 4 mil, something like that, 4 mil, I think. Look at that, it's a little bit blunt, that tool now. But this is, I'm sure you won't mind me sharing this. If we have a look, this is, what have we got? 11 mil wide that way by 10 mil high. I guess they're both tool steel, and it's got a groove in there. That's the shape of that there. And this cutout is just done with an end mill by the look of it on top and bottom. This hole's tapped all the way through. That's a pretty nice tool anyway, and I use that a lot. Like, that's awesome. I like it because it's nice and close here. I'm sure he has a video about it, Nigel. But this is useful because it's repeatable and it's easy, and it's a fairly easy thing to grind for shapes and things. So you just grind whatever shape you want and start again. As you can see, there's some odd shape stuff. This is probably a 55-degree thread cutting tool on this end. So I think that's focused reasonably well. You can see how that fits together. But I think he has a couple of videos, a much better videography than me. But I'd really like to make a few more of them because that's an awesome tool. You could make it a bit bigger, I think, too. This goes in my tool holder like this. So anyway, that's one of those, I guess, handmade tools that are really, really, really nice, and I like it a lot. And means something a bit special to me because a friend made it. So really nice. If you don't follow Stefan, you probably should. Stefan Goetzwinter, he's a tool maker in Germany and R&D tool and die maker. And more lately, I think probably Millwright. So awesome channel. Doesn't produce as much content as we'd all like, but there was a video recently, and he's a great guy and he does nice work. Anyway, that's something I was going to show you. My life's lived with one of these in my hand. This one's got a few scratches on it actually, so it's a workshop job. But it seems to me that most of my life has one of these in my hand, most days. Don't know if there's much I can say about that, except there's one kicking around the bench most days. You've probably seen it here before. 5 times is about where you want to be, and you want decent quality optics and something that's comfortable. It's kind of where we're at. You want something that you can hold and feels good and doesn't feel too plasticky, because it's going to get a fair bit of use. As you get older, you use one of these more and more often, I think. I do anyway. We got silence again. Just going back through the chat a little bit. How's the boiler going? No progress on the boiler. No progress on any model engineering projects at all, until I get this mill home. So mostly because I'm being careful with funds because the mill project's going to take a little bit. The one quote I got from an equipment hire place, and I reckon I can do better than this, was $180 Australian a day for a forklift. It's a 3-ton LPG forklift. And delivery is $161 each way. So about, what's that? Is 320 delivery and collection and another $200, about $500 for a day with a forklift. So yeah, I'm looking for other options, and there probably will be a cheaper forklift option, or maybe we can phone a friend. And I'm really out of touch with people in Launceston who I used to know who could help. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see with that. But we need to get some resolution about it. Here my neighbour has one I can lend, so I can unload here easy. That's easy. In Tasmania, loading it on a truck is a bit more difficult. That's where I'm at with that. But if we can get it out in the middle of the workshop where we can put some skids on it, tidy it all up and crate it all up so we can just a quick lift, then maybe we can sort that out. That's the big thing at the moment, is actually loading it. Once it's loaded, the rest's easy and we've got it all under control and we can get it here and unload it. A container's too much. A container's probably going to hire a container and get it shipped up here might cost 10 grand. And I really haven't got that. But freight costs on the mill itself on a pallet strapped down about a bit less than $1,000. So there we are. Boiler race with Quinn. I don't know, she's finished hers. She'll be started the next one. But there'll be other options down there, and I know there are other people who might be a better price on forklifts. And Coates Hire only had one, and it was a 3-tonner, which is probably a bit bigger than we really need. But it's probably all right too. Backloading's, it's probably a thing. It needs to be gone next week. Corrosion's a really good idea, good question. I'm probably going to take the handles and things off it, and I'm probably going to throw a plastic bag over the motor on the top end. I'm probably going to plastic it down and oil it up or grease it up a bit, and hopefully it'll make it in the 3 or 4 days it takes to get here, a week it takes to get here, it'll make it without getting too wet. That's where I'm at. Still all to be decided. That's all got to be done next week. So it's going to be a pretty full week. Get it out in the middle of the workshop, which means you've got to clear the middle of the workshop and get rid of some stuff. There's a big welding bench that belongs to one of Dad's friends and colleagues by proxy. So it's got to be pulled out and removed from the place, and then all the stuff that's on and around it has got to be has really got to be loaded up or stacked up or sorted out or something to go to auction. So yes, you get a truck, but I don't think that's a real cheap option, to be honest, Malcolm. It was put in there with a truck with a 5-ton HIAB, which Dad got. I don't know what it cost him. I reckon he called in a favour. I don't have those contacts. And yeah, I'm really not sure about that. Really don't want to drop my mill either. That's the other thing. So that's it. Get it across the water though. It's on its way up here, and there's 2 or 3. I think Tas Freight Lines was about the best, and I've seen their truck in the yard here before, so they know the way, and they come up this far. Hey, Mike from Cornwall, good day. So that's where I'm at with that. It's a big, scary unknown. I'm trying not to have too many panic attacks or sleepless nights about it at this point, but when I get down there, it's going to be all systems go. Get everything sorted. And I think thanks to you guys and some careful saving and some sale of some assets here, I've probably got enough cash to make it all work. It's not going to be a particularly cheap meal, to be honest, but it's going to be a nice meal and it's going to be something that belonged to Dad, so it's worth doing, I think. The thing is about the estate, it's got to be sold up pretty quick because housing market's on a boom, so we really need to get the property sold. The sooner it happens, the sooner things are a bit more comfortable for us girls. So it's all got to go pretty quickly and get it underway because I've got one sister who will be homeless after the house is sold, and then she wants to move straight into somewhere she's bought. So she's going to need the thing to go under contract so that she can actually get a housing loan, I guess. Take care, Eddie. Take care, Brendan. Good to see you. So that's where I'm at. It's anyone who's in northern Tasmania and wants to come and give me a hand for 2 days, it's much appreciated. I don't think there's anyone there. But you should. It's probably guaranteed that I'm going to give you a bootload of steel metal offcuts to take back with you and whatever else. Ken Small Engine Repair, good day. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Welcome to this awesome community that it's probably like me, we're all half asleep in Australia because we're really hanging out for a break at Christmas time, or we've had a crappy year, but that's probably everyone. And we're not real lively tonight, but we're doing all right. And we're a good little community. Stuart, yes, you need to catch up and get this tripod. I've got a parcel coming home for you. See how you go with that. I know you're not feeling particularly bright and cheapy, but I'd really appreciate it if you did come and pick that up. Then when we come back, we're going to get into hobby projects again, I hope. This has kicked me for a six a bit. I had all sorts of plans for this part of the year, and I was going to really, really push and promote the whole Toolfest 2021 thing. I haven't really been as proactive as I should be about that. I had all sorts of plans, it just never happened because the week after the whole world went pear-shaped and all this stuff's going on. So I really apologise for that. Hope everyone who gives it a bit of a go anyway, it'll be fun. Feel like I'm just making a lot of work for someone and for everyone. It's still got a caramel koala in it. Full one. These? I think we could do this. There we go. It's a caramel koala. There's caramel inside and chocolate. He's missing the top of his head. Anyway, pretty awesome. Yeah, now I've got to eat it. Halloween leftovers. We don't really celebrate Halloween, especially out here in the shipyard. I never got any trick-or-treaters, which is great because there's a huge fence and the lights out and it's an industrial complex and no one's going to come in here with trick-or-treating. Mostly because we're like blocks away from the nearest house. And yeah, it's scary and dark and stuff. So yeah, the limited edition pineapple Freddo is the answer, Paul. Yes, I saw you comment about that before. It was excellent. But so Halloween in Australia is not really a huge thing, to be honest. It's becoming bigger, but the whole door-to-door thing doesn't happen, and the whole community thing probably doesn't happen. People go to parties. Take care. Have fun. Good to see you, Ken. Check in again. We'll check out your channel. Going to go and check it out and subscribe. We'll give you a shout out next week if it's any good. There you go. So Halloween doesn't really happen. And of course it's not all Hallows Eve because it's like coming into summer, not coming into winter. So the whole pagan years, the pagan circle of life's the wrong way around down in Australia. Sorry, it's all gone. But it was jolly good. Needs a cup of tea with it. But I'll get that in a minute. I've hooked up a light over the lathe to change the subject again. I had a magnifying light down in Tasmania on my bench, which was old-fashioned. I meant to get one at Bunnings, and I never did that. I was really, every time I turn the lathe on, I think that would be a really good idea to get one. But it's got a blown globe, which is one of those. Yeah, no idea where the globe went. Oh, here it is. One of these. So I've got to get one of those. This one's a bit tired. It doesn't work. And it's got a magnifying glass in the middle of it. So maybe that'll work or maybe it won't. Probably next Wednesday we'll spend some time. We will spend some time in live stream looking at the new mill. That'll be a thing next Wednesday if you want to pencil that in, because we'll be right there on it and it'll be out in the open and we'll be able to sort of go through its features and get around it and be able to see it, I think, by then. That's what I'm really hoping for, but we'll see. So these are available and they're not crazy expensive, so I'll just go and get another one. Or electrical place in the morning. Probably get it in the morning on the way to work because I meant to get it tonight, and that's kind of the reason I went to Bunnings or the hardware to get it, but it never happened. I ended up with stuff for my Toolfest 2021 project, which is still a thing. 24th of November is Toolfest 2021. I'm going to say that again now. Big release date. Check that out. Anyway, not much else happening. Thanks heaps for being patient with me the last few weeks. I feel like I've been a bit slack and haven't really been here half. I've only half been here during live stream or during anything. And I really haven't been particularly social. But there's a lot going on and there's a whole lot of stuff that really needs to be sorted out. And making progress on it has been a bit of a job, to be honest. Anyway, hopefully we'll be up on top of it. And I really, 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 really need to be on top of it and have enough room here to put a meal in and have my life sorted out to have it unpacked and stacked up and set up here. But yeah, you're welcome to say. Thanks for emailing the link, Anthony. I'll check that out. My heart at the moment is with this Stuart 400 and with this locomotive, and I'd love to get some projects done. But if you do really want some social interaction with a bunch of crazies, hit us up. Go and check out Discord channel, Emma Spare Room Machine Shop. There's probably an invitation somewhere. I don't know if anyone's got one. Craig usually puts one up. But email me or hit me up or comment about it, and we'll find you a link if you're interested. But Discord channels, kind of a bunch of crazies there, and they talk about it. They rabbit on about some terrible stuff, really. This afternoon was, there's a lot of rabbiting on goes in there. I mean, no offense to anyone who does it, but there's some weird stuff goes on, and it's fun, and usually there's someone cool to talk to. Anyway, I'm probably going to call this because you've all been really patient. I haven't got a lot to talk about, and I feel like I'm just going around in circles. So take care, guys and girls. Good to check in with you. It's really good to have somewhere to meet up once a week and feel like we're not all just here on our own, which is really nice. But be kind to each other, especially to me. And thank you so much for all your support and everything. And this next week, it's all going to happen. And we're going to end up with a new mill back here. And everything's going to be amazing. But anyway, take care. And see you all next week. Really, really appreciate you tuning in. Really do.